Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta says the ongoing trade talks between Kenya and the United States will be a reference point upon which other African nations will negotiate bilateral arrangements within the African Continental Free Trade Agreement framework going forward. The president says a deal between the U.S. and Kenya would reposition Kenya as a gateway of American investments into Africa.
Kenya and the United States agreed to negotiate a trade deal that is expected to shape similar deals with other countries after the U.S. indicated that Africa Growth Opportunity Act would be renewed when it expires. The current AGOA deal between Kenya and the U.S. is due to expire in 5 years. The trade deals commenced after President Uhuru Kenyatta visited the U.S. last year, where he met U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House. So far, progress have been made in the talks, which the U.S. has indicated that it will form the basis of similar trade deals with other countries. However, there have been fears that the deal could undermine other existing deals with other trading blocs, such as the Africa Continental Free Trading Agreement.
These opportunities that China is seeing on the African continent are also equally available to our American partners. I have given numerous examples of American companies who have actually come in and found a space and a niche in Kenya, in Africa. And all we have been saying is we want to encourage more of this.
Speaking at State House, Nairobi, during a webinar hosted by the Atlantic Council, President Uhuru Kenyatta dispelled such fears.
When we met with the United States, that was keen to start off negotiations, of which we were also keen to kick off trade negotiations between our two countries. We made it very clear that that negotiation would have to be done on the basis and without undermining the Africa Free Trade Arrangement.
At the negotiating table, President Uhuru Kenyatta said Kenya is going for a win-win agreement that will benefit Kenya and the U.S.
The United States must equally, just as China is equally supporting their companies, you've got to support your companies. And I was very happy as a result of that, and I think as a result of other engagements with other African countries, when they announced that they would be coming up with support for American companies that wanted to do business in Kenya. And as a result, we've started to see an increased level of interest.
The Atlantic Council of the American think tank mission is to promote constructive leadership and engagement in international affairs. It usually hosts world leaders to discuss subjects of public interest.